Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am back with a new video. I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry. I do go by Fancy for Glass as well, but for YouTube, I have changed my name to Prairie Vintage Jewelry. You can follow me on YouTube by hitting the subscribe button. You can send me an email if you're looking for a personal reading. Feel free to visit my website at prairievintagejewelry.com. And I am an empath. I'm also an energy reader. I will be reading the energy of your person, their intentions, and any sort of messages that they would want to communicate to you if they were to tell you anything from their higher self, and just an insight as to how they're feeling currently. Now you can take a look at these these 4 piles. I can count, I swear. And whichever pile is speaking to you, you might feel drawn to more than one pile, and that's totally okay. You can certainly have messages resonating in each of these piles, but for the purposes of one pile speaking to you more directly, you might want to stick around for the first few minutes. I will be pulling some keywords to give you an idea whether this is about your connection or your person. And you can certainly be drawn to your own energy. So if the pile sounds like you, it might provide some insight as to how you're feeling and a little bit about yourself that you may want to stick around to hear, especially if you are wanting to just kind of confirm some of your intuition. But take a look at these 4 piles and we will get started with our reading. So for pile number 1, you have the Murder of Crows Tarot. And then for pile number 2, you have the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. For pile number 3, you have the Modern Witch Tarot. And then finally for pile number 4, you have the Wandering Star Tarot. So take a look, pause the video, see which pile you're drawn to, and then come back and join us for our reading. I'm so excited that you can join us today. Talk to you soon. Hello, my gorgeous people of pile number 1. If you picked the Murder of Crows Tarot, this will be your reading. I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry, and I am back with a reading on your person's intentions within this connection. Also, some messages from their higher self. We'll take a look at their energy. And of course, for the first few minutes, we'll be pulling some keywords so you can take a look and see if this feels or sounds like your connection or your person. You may be picking up your energy, and that's fine. You can confirm some of your intuition, and feel free to visit any one of the other 3 piles, and we will get started with the 3 tarot cards, which is the Murder of Crows. We have past, present, and future energies here, but before we kick that off, I will pull some keywords just so you can gauge whether this sounds like your connection or not. And I'll pull from the keyword pile here. Spirit, we are so grateful for you to convey these messages for pile number 1 today. And pile 1, I'm so grateful that you allow me to pick up on your energy of you and your person and your connection today. Spirit, can we get a few keywords here for pile number 1 regarding their connection so that they can confirm whether this is both them and their person? Okay, so we've got friends. So potentially we've got a situation where you and your person started off as friends, or you feel like you guys are friends first and foremost in this connection, and maybe your friends wanting something a little bit more from this person. Maybe you guys met through mutual friends. Maybe friends are really important for you guys. Like I said, I'm getting for a lot of you guys, you might have started off kind of intending to be friends, and maybe things didn't quite finish off as friends. Okay, so we have Taurus here. So you can certainly be a Taurus. Your person could be a Taurus. Maybe there's heavy earth energy here. So you have Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Also, your person might be fairly stubborn. I'm getting stubborn for a lot of you guys. So if your person is stubborn, if they're kind of more set in their ways, traditional, I'm also picking up, then this might be your pile. So they don't necessarily need Taurus. Maybe they have Taurus rising or Taurus in their birth chart somewhere. So we've got fitness. So maybe you're very fit, your person might be fit. Maybe you guys have talked about health or getting in shape. Something with fitness here might be important. Maybe you guys met at the gym. Yeah, health is important for both of you guys. I'm going to pull one more card here and see, Spirit, can we get a keyword for pile number 1 so that they can see if this is their pile or not? And I mean, you guys can tell once I start flipping over the tarot here and read the energy, but okay, so we got deep voice. So somebody in here has a deep voice. Maybe someone's attracted to a deep voice. Maybe there's a joke about a deep voice, or somebody thought someone had a deep voice, but deep voice is coming through as a keyword. So we will read past, present, and future energies here just to kind of get a gauge, and then we'll get into the reading a little more in depth. So here we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the Five of Pentacles upright. And we have the Judgment in reverse. Okay, so I am picking up right now for this connection. If this is your connection, you guys are kind of in a place right now where there is maybe a little bit of a break or a separation or a down and out type point in this connection. It's not at the strongest point that it has been with you and your person. Kind of started off as your person, for a lot of you guys, not wanting to take the connection to the next level, not make maybe an admission about how they're feeling about you in this connection. Maybe they turned down an offer that you were giving them of an emotional new beginning, but they're kind of keeping their feelings to themselves, haven't really been open and honest with their feelings, and now you guys are in a state where there's a pause. Now I am picking up that the pause is something that one of you guys is saying, I can either take it or leave it. It's kind of more like a limbo, waiting around, but not really doing anything about it. You guys are both kind of just waiting for the other one to do something, but neither one of you guys are doing anything. Now, this is the future energies, and normally the Judgment speaks about an awakening, a realization, you know, because it is in reverse. Sometimes it can mean that it is blocked, or somebody is fighting the fact that they want to wake up to the truth of the situation. But it can also be a rude awakening for someone in this connection, that they might have a rude awakening and they're kind of trying to fight this awakening within this connection. So if this sounds like your situation, then we will get into your person's intentions with the oracles, and then we'll pull some more tarot. But this is what I'm picking up for pile number 1. All right. So I did pre-shuffle the oracles here. So we have the Threshold. We have the Prostitute. Light attribute accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. And the Shadow attribute places material considerations and security above empowerment, consciousness. Got the zebra. Got the scorpion. We've got authority figures. This one pile got 2 cards from the Wisdom Oracle that wanted to come out. All the other piles, I believe, got 1 of these, but we got the Never-Ending Story, and then we also have All That Glitters. Okay, so now this is the intentions of your person, but we will also be picking up a little bit about the energies and maybe some of how they've been feeling, or their higher self. Their higher self might communicate something to us. I'm just gonna see what I'm picking up here. So I'm picking up either for you or your person. Now, we are trying to pick up for your person. So if this sounds like you, this is probably the energy from yourself, but the energy from this person in this connection, so I will say your person, is really at the point of a breakthrough. So we did see the Judgment card reverse. So we're kind of at the pivotal point of a breakthrough where your person is trying to fight off any sort of feelings or realizations that they've had about this connection. They've been trying to keep it so that they are kind of going with the flow, but I think they didn't realize that maybe they are deeper than they had intended to get within this connection, and that their awareness and their consciousness and their higher self has been trying to guide them through a lot of what they've been feeling or going through in this connection. Now, I feel for a lot of you guys that this person has been trying to fight off a lot of their true emotions, but yet they keep engaging. So they're kind of doing the motions, but they're really disconnected from their feelings. They're disconnecting from their true feelings within this connection. All That Glitters, for me, is given off the vibe that your person has been keeping a lot of the surface stuff for show. Same with the zebra. So they've been very much putting up a mask or a facade that's about to break. And if you got too close, they would shut you down or kind of keep you kind of pushed away or at bay. With the scorpion, not letting anyone really get close to them. They're kind of scared based on the fears that they have had. And I'm picking up a lot of it has to do with their past circumstances. I'm not really seeing it as a relationship per se, but maybe an upbringing or just circumstances that they've had that have made them hyper vigilant when it comes to relationships and feelings in general. And they've kind of been more surface when it comes to relationships, maybe more one night stand type, physical surface type relationships, not deep connections. And the fact that the threshold is here and it's, it's bending, that you've really made this person aware that there is something more to connections, maybe that they weren't necessarily allowing themselves to feel. And I'm also just keep coming back to this never-ending story that your person is just not really happy about opening up to about their feelings, but that they're just kind of going with what's there in the connection and letting things unfold as they do. But I just feel like this person isn't really taking charge or realize that they have more control of the matter than they maybe care to tell themselves, because it's easier to have someone else control the situation and let it kind of fumble. So their intentions is really, I'm just gonna not tap into my feelings. I'm going to let the other person just kind of drive it, because if this does go sideways, then it wasn't really my doing. But then they are resisting and putting a bunch of blocks and kind of maybe running away when you get too close, or when it gets too hot for them. I'm trying to keep it kind of more superficial. I really feel as though this person has very deep feelings for you, and that their higher self or their consciousness is trying to wake them up to, but that they're fighting with everything to keep themselves either in denial or just not accepting that they have these feelings, but they're also not willing to let you go. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up for pile number 1. I will pull some tarot as well, and I know we did get the Murder of Crows at the beginning, so make sure we got all our cards in the deck. I will be pulling some tarot for your person's intentions and maybe some other energies that we could pick up from your person. So Spirit, can we please get, for pile number 1, their person's intentions within this connection? So we got the 10 of Swords in reverse. Spirit, too many cards. We've got way too many here. We're going to ask for not so many. So they really want to tell you something, because these cards are jumping out. And we've got the Tower in reverse. Spirit, can we get some more cards for pile number 1? And we've got the High Priestess. I'm just going to take a look at what we have here, actually. I really like the meanings in the book for the actual creator of the deck. And this one I'm really drawn to. It is in reverse. I don't think they have reverse meanings, but we'll read for the High Priestess here, which did come in reverse. But this is for the Murder of Crows, just to see what the book meaning is coming up with, because I'm picking up an energy, but I just want to see what the book says here. So the High Priestess, they croak and cry all about you, hemming you in and feathering their nests with bits and pieces they steal from you. Dim the outer lights and let the ordinary senses become dulled. Shut them out entirely. Pour yourself into the silence that pools around you in the silver light of the moon. Drift down past dreams, hopes, and desires, releasing them as you submerge until you reach the center, until you comprehend the truth. So keywords: looking within, donning the shroud of wisdom, shedding the pretense of obvious opinions, and contemplation of many possibilities. So this is standard High Priestess definition, but just what I'm getting from this card is that at the same time as your individual or this person is trying to tap into their deeper self, the croak and cry is all about you, hemming you and feathering you with their nests and bits and pieces. I just feel like this person's being tormented at the same time. So they're being kind of, either their environment is not allowing your person or hasn't been allowing your person to really tap into their, and we still got more cards to pull, so I'm kind of really drawn to this one, but to pull their deeper self within this connection, and either maybe even this meeting you or this connection has really been tearing apart a lot of what they thought was true for them to now face their hidden aspects of themselves more so than they have in the past. But the torturous ways that your person is having to do this, combined with the Tower here in reverse, that this is a really, you know, this is a really significant step for your person that they're going through. And we got the 5 of Pentacles coming out again, even though we shuffled the cards that came out upright in your present energy here. We'll pull one more card, Spirit. Can we pull one more here? We got the Moon, speaking really deep feelings. Okay, so the 10 of Swords, you know, is a really painful ending. I do feel the fact that it isn't upright means that I don't think that they intend this connection to be over at all, but that they are painfully going through feeling as though the separation from you has been turning their world upside down and making them take a look at their hidden truths. And being apart from you for a lot of you guys has been torturous for them to have to go take a look within their deeper selves. And for some of you, being in the connection has also been painful for them to have to take a deeper look within themselves to find their true consciousness and awareness about what this connection means. And not even about the connection, but just themselves and how they've been living their lives and kind of their truths or what they've said to themselves in the past. And that they've felt always a kind of a, maybe a sense of lack, or like something was missing, or like they were not getting fulfillment at all, and that they were maybe, this is from them, because I don't like to use absolute words like always and every time and, you know, forever and that type of thing. But I just feel like for this person, they feel like they've always get the, I don't even know if I can say that word, but the SHIT end of the deal when it comes to situations in their life and relationships, are kind of left out in the cold. They always feel like they're the ones at a loss. I think this is more of a mindset that they feel like they always, you know, like almost like, oh, here I go again. I'm like the one at a loss in this connection, kind of victimizing or woe is me, not to take away that it is painful and that they are believing that this is, you know, this is certainly painful for them, but they're almost like their worst enemy, or they're self-sabotaging, that they, you know, with the Scorpion we saw earlier, they're pushing you away, they're running away, rather than just facing their feelings and being open and honest. And now they're kind of looking and saying that, you know, this is someone else's fault, why they're feeling the way that they do. You do have the Moon here, which speaks of very, very deep, intense feelings, but it also can speak of confusion and maybe the need to sort things out and be clear with one's feelings. So because the 5 of Pentacles is in reverse next to the Moon, I'm just sensing that maybe your person is a little delusional and thinking that they're left out in the cold, or that they have more negative feelings than they actually have in this connection. So we have the 2 of Cups in reverse, which speaks of the ending of a partnership, or not a give and take between, you know, 2 people in an emotional connection. So I think that your person feels as though it's the painful part for them to have to split with you or be separated from you. And I'm also getting, for a lot of you, you might have walked away from this person and that they aren't comfortable with parting with you. The Seven of Swords can speak of deception. And just kind of cunning and getting away with one's way. But the fact that it's in reverse, it's like they've been called out on their bullshit. The Eight of Pentacles. It's very slow going, but it can also speak to focusing attentions to work or other things. And maybe because it's difficult for them to look within, they might be turning to work and keeping themselves busy. But I do see here that they've been called out on some bullshit, and that maybe you walked away or just pulled away from your offering to this person. Here we have the Judgment card again, but this time it's not in reverse. This time your person's going to have to face judgment and realize or awaken themselves to the reality of this situation, that they've been kind of in this fog. You do have the Chariot, which speaks of forward movement and pulling through, coming out of a situation, but being able to balance the good and the bad, to be able to pull through despite where they're coming from. I think their intentions, since this is like the title of the video, is that they were intending on, you know, hiding their feelings. They were intending on just going with the flow. They weren't intending on being called out. I feel a lot of them have been already called out. Spirit is asking for them to take a deeper look and maybe admit to themselves that there were some hidden truths and that they are wakening up to their hidden truths. The fact that the High Priestess is in reverse as well means that they're now acknowledging some of these hidden truths. And maybe some of them are focused on working on themselves and awakening and moving themselves forward in the right direction. Okay, so that's what I have for the tarot here. We'll pull some messages from your person. So these messages, Spirit, we want from pile number one's person directly to pile number one about their energy, how they're feeling, anything they can say to pile number one that they might be feeling right now. If they were to tell them anything, what would they tell them? We'll pull 6 messages. Spirit, can we get 2 more messages from pile number one's person? If they were to tell them anything, what would they tell them? I can kiss you for hours. So your person still is physically wanting to kiss you, be with you. Maybe they find it comforting right now. I feel they're going through a very difficult time. Every song reminds me of you. I appreciate you and all that you have done. So they're feeling maybe they haven't appreciated you, or at least outwardly appreciated you maybe for being who you've been there for them, but they are feeling that they appreciate you and everything you've done for them. I have other priorities right now. So yes, your person is certainly trying to take a deeper look into their themselves and really address who they are. And they've been trying to fight off this connection. I just feel right now your person needs some time to sort out and get their priorities straight. Because I feel they've been in a fog. I don't even think they know exactly what their priorities are right now. They've been kind of running away and keeping themselves in a fog rather than facing their truths or what they need to face, whether it be this connection or whatever. But I just feel like in their life in general, they haven't really been prioritizing what matters and what they need to be doing. Kind of just going with the flow. You're always in my dreams, so this person is having dreams about you. I feel like because they are very not, with the Judgment card in reverse, they're fighting their awareness. I feel as though they're not probably even aware of the dreams that they're having, but they are certainly having dreams about the connection and about you, and their intuition is trying to guide them. I regret saying mean things I didn't mean. So maybe you guys had a disagreement or some words were said the last time you spoke to this person, or maybe just at some point that they're replaying or in their mind or reliving or reading or trying to see what it was that they said, what they didn't mean to say. Maybe they haven't treated you in a way that they feel was just, or did you right by, and they're feeling bad about it. All right, so we're going to pull some love messages, and really this is what your person loves about either you or the connection. So it could be physical attributes, or it could just be about the connection and some aspect about the connection that they're drawn to or that they like about this connection. So you do have body, so your person likes your body, or they probably imagine what your body would be like if you guys haven't really been together, but body came out as something that's important or that they like about you. And hair, so it sounds like your person's pretty physical. They like your hair, maybe they dream about your hair, maybe they want to touch your hair, but we got some physical attributes here. What about some deal breakers, or what your person is not liking about either you or this connection? Or maybe some hang-ups that this person has in this connection right now that's keeping them back. Okay, so we have jealous. So I do sense that your person is fairly jealous. Maybe the energy you've been giving them is not quite where it was at the beginning, and they might be jealous that you've moved on from them. Just a jealous type person. Even though I'm getting maybe for some of you guys that they haven't fully... We got impatient. For some of you guys, I feel like they haven't really given them reason to be jealous, but they're just jealous in nature. And then this impatient, I guess some of them are feeling as though maybe you're a little bit too impatient. You're not maybe giving them enough time. Even though I'm feeling like a lot of you guys are patient and have given them more than enough time, just in general. But just this impatient card is, for them, they want you to be more patient with them and their situation and what they're going through. But I just feel like, you know, for a lot of them, they can't run from their awareness. They're going to have to face that, you know, and if you're patient forever, I feel like maybe they would not, you know, fully jump in 2 feet with this situation, but they're feeling that the impatience is something that they're feeling uncomfortable with. I feel like these 2 words really are from, at this point in the connection, that they're feeling jealous or feeling antsy, they're feeling impatient, they think maybe you've moved on, they're kind of trying to guess what's going on with you. We are going to do a word of advice really here, give some gratitude for you to focus on, and then we'll pull a music song for you guys. But Spirit, can we have one card here for advice or some gratitude for pile number 1? They can focus on while they're going through this with their person. Just some advice. Thank you so much, Spirit. So we have self-care. So that's a beautiful word of advice for sure. Self-care. I mean, a lot of you guys are kind of at the state, I think, like I mentioned, take it or leave it. You know, if you've been kind of waiting around for this person to maybe be honest with themselves, maybe be honest with you, maybe just not, you know, feel like they're just kind of stringing you along, or, you know, I think your person definitely has deep feelings for you. I think the feelings are mutual on both sides, but there's only so much that you're able to output into a situation where you just kind of have to draw your boundaries. And Spirit is just here to remind you that just to focus on self, you know, that there is a lot of positive things surrounding you at this time that you might not even be aware of. They'll keep you engaged, right? That Spirit is always with you, that you do need to focus on your self-care, give yourself, you know, enough energy. Maybe where you've been putting energy into this person, you can put energy into yourself and moving yourself forward and your independence. And I am picking up for a lot of you guys have options outside of this person to maybe tap into other connections that might be more supportive of who you want to be as an individual, and maybe be at the time and space of where a connection is supposed to be, help build you up and not tear you down. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, you're well on your way to embracing that part of yourself, and kudos to you. I know it is not easy. We're gonna pick a song here now for you and your person, your connection, and maybe you can play the song, take a look at the lyrics, see if there are any messages in there that might help heal you. Or so we've got I Won't Let You Go by James Morrison. I don't feel like your person is going to let you go. I don't feel like you intended on even wanting to let your person go either, but I just feel like, you know, emotions are very deep amongst both of you guys. And right now, having to let, you know, someone go at this point, I think there needs to be further healing done, and maybe some realizations, and maybe some further communication, some honest communication in order to get closure on both sides. But yeah, I Won't Let You Go by James Morrison. Take a listen, and if this resonated, I would really appreciate if you can like this video or leave a comment. And I so appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to pick up on your energy of you and your person. I am so blessed and so grateful to be here, and love and light. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Hello, my beautiful people of pile number 2. If you picked the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot deck, this will be your reading. I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry. I do go by Fancy for Glass as well, but I have changed my name to Prairie Vintage Jewelry for this YouTube channel. If you are interested in a private reading, please send me an email. This reading will be about your person, their intentions in this connection. We'll pick up on their energy, and we'll see if there are any sort of messages or anything they want to tell you from their higher self, anything that may or may not confirm what your intuition is telling you. You might be picking up on your own energy as well. So if this sounds like you, then you might want to go to another pile. Now, if you are picking up some messages here, you might be picking up messages in the other piles as well. Just take what resonates. But before we get into past, present, and future energies of the tarot, we will get some keywords from your person and this connection, just so you can either rule this reading in or out. Certainly these keywords can have the meaning I attribute to them, or anything that kind of pops up first in your head. So we have travel. So it could be that there's either you met them abroad, or There might need to be some travel to be with your person. Maybe there's some long distance happening. Maybe they're in a different city or different country. Maybe you guys like to travel or talked about traveling together or have plans of traveling. We have fighter. So either one or both of you guys is a fighter, either physically, boxer, kickboxer, or just a general fighter type attitude, not like a pushover. Kind of getting a feisty, fiery type attitude. So maybe you have fire signs here, either predominantly in the chart or just your person or yourself is a fire sign. You know, Sagittarius, Aries, some Leo. So we got two more. So we have shy. So maybe you're shy or your person's shy, or maybe I'm just picking up that generally you guys are both shy in this connection. And then candles. So I think this speaks of the fire sign as well. That there is some fire in this connection. There's a lot of passion. Maybe somebody likes candles physically, but maybe it's also a high school sweetheart or somebody that you've loved for a very long time and always held a candle to this person, or no one holds a candle to this person because they're unlike anyone you've ever met. I'm also picking up very strong twin flame vibes from this, or your divine counterpart, either your divine female or your divine masculine from this pile. I'm also picking up that one of you guys found the other one really cute because they were really shy. Maybe they were drawn to that person's shyness. Okay. So we have for the tarot, we have past, present, and future energies here. So we have the Five of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Candles, which is the Ace of Wands, the present, and then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is Page of Presence here in the future. So for the Five of Cups, I mean, just always has that sense of lack, right? So either there was an offer extended, an emotional offer extended to one of you guys, most likely you to your person, and your person was not interested or was focused on all the maybe negative things, rather than taking a look at what would benefit them. The fact that it's reverse, I just feel like maybe this was the bone of contention here, or maybe there is a little bit of regret now on their end, or that you've withdrawn your offer to this person recently in the recent past, and that right now there is an offer of wanting to start and move forward in this connection. The Ace of Wands speaks of a new beginning, but taking the initiative and the drive forward movement. So I feel like your person is either taking a step forward in this connection or wanting to move the connection forward from where they were in the past. And because you have the Page of Pentacles and the future position, means they're not just wanting or having the intentions of doing this, but there's actually going to be an offering of something that's going to add a practical aspect or an element to this connection in the future, that they'll be able to offer you something worth beginning this connection or taking this connection to the next level. So if this sounds like your connection, we will get into the oracle cards. And then we'll do some tarot as well. So we have the Mentor of the Goddess, the light attribute, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. The shadow attribute is exploitation of the female nature and form. We have Space of the Wolverine. You're a lot tougher than you think you are. Of the Unicorn. lessons and blessings. And we have come to the edge. So your person's intentions. I feel right now your person is coming out of a point in time where they've had enough time to contemplate, and they're moving away from the unknown. They're pushing themselves to come closer to this connection and see where this connection might take them. They're kind of leaving behind the uncertainty, the feeling of being kind of in the unknown or in limbo. Kind of more pointed now and more guided, and they know where they want to kind of go. They found their inner strength. And they also realize that you are very unique to them, that you do offer something that they've never been really offered before in a connection, and that they've realized that they don't want to be without you, and that they feel like you've been put in their life to teach them this lesson, how to be. You know, there's more for them to learn, but they feel as though you really have taught them a lot of how to maybe look at themselves. This kind of feels like a continuation of pile number 1 as far as spiritual growth. I feel this connection is kind of in the next level where individuals are actually had time to think of what it was that they wanted, and tired of maybe fighting their feelings or running away or just contemplating, recognizing that there is a potential here that's, you know, that they don't always come about in a connection, and that they've learned so much being around you that they want to be around you, whether it be, you know, romantic or not, just that they want you in their life, and they want to be honest with their communication, and they want to push themselves to the point of wherever this connection takes them, they're okay with that. And they want to be open and honest with their feelings and with you about this, and maybe push through some uncomfortable, you know, their comfort zone, uncomfortable topics maybe that have happened in the past. So their intentions is to do this exactly because they've already recognized and had time to think about everything that's gone on between the two of you guys. So I'm going to pull some tarot to see what pile number 2, what your person's intentions are here. We have the Nightmare Before Christmas, so we'll pull some of this and see. Spirit, thank you so much. We're so grateful. Can you please show us what pile number 2's person's intentions are in this connection? And pile number 2, I'm so thankful that you allow me to tap into your energy to pick up on your connection today. Thank you so much. So we will take the bottom on this one. So we have Justice upright. We had Justice coming up on the other cards as well. The Lovers in reverse. Spirit, can we get 3 more cards regarding this connection for pile number 2 and their person's intentions? Got the King of Needles, which is the King of Swords. Got the 10 of Swords upright. We have the 4 of Wands. Okay, so this message is really clear to me. What I'm feeling is that this person has had kind of almost like an awakening, epiphany, a realization that they had to make a decision to either move forward in this connection or face, you know, a 10 of Swords, which is a heartbreak of a closure within this connection that is very, very painful. The King of Needles speaks of, you know, an individual who is very intellectual, but might even be cold in communicating how they feel, or maybe have not communicated how they feel at all, but they are in deep thought about this and have been tormented for a while, but that they have had a realization of what it is that they want, which is stabilizing this connection. With the Four of Wands can speak of the divine union, the 1111 card, but it also is, you know, stability within a connection, a commitment, moving the connection to a more, you know, leveling up, a more stable type connection. Now, this is their intentions, but it's very clear that they have contemplated and are coming out of that space and want to do this. So whether they tell you, I don't think they're going to tell you just yet, because there is really, you know, he's kind of guarding his feelings, but there is communication coming. Oh, dropped a card. But we've got here the Moon in reverse, which is coming to clarity, right? Anything that might have been in the dark or unclear has become very clear with the Justice here. It's become very clear to them that they had to decide within this connection whether to move it forward or not with you. Here we have the Page of Pentacles again, which is really giving that offering of starting a, you know, a practical offering within this connection to ground something between the two of you guys. You have the Eight of Swords. You know, so I think they're still trying to break free from self-imposed beliefs, self-imposed restrictions based on their beliefs that they've put on themselves. They're trying to mend themselves from it. So if you see the Eight of Swords and the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, she's trying to sew herself back together. So I feel like this person might be aware that a lot of their restrictions that they put on themselves were self-imposed, and that they're the ones that are able to kind of pull themselves out of it, and that they intend on doing that. Two more cards, Spirit, for pile number 2's person and their intentions in this connection. The Star in reverse. One more. The Hermit in reverse. Okay, so the Star speaks of wish fulfillment, the wish, hope, what they want. The fact that it's in reverse, I think they've realized that their hope's not going to be there forever in attaining you and what they want. If they stayed in hermit mode, which is pulling away, self-reflecting mode, that space that we saw earlier, it's in reverse. So they know that they have to step out of hermit mode, make a decision, actually take action. If they want to stabilize with the Page of Pentacles by making an offer to stabilize this connection and pull out of hermit mode and deep thought. And their intention is to do so because you are, you know, their wish. They really hope to stabilize this connection and move it on. They've had an awakening. You know, they've had an awakening. The fog has been lifted within their mind about how they want to pursue you in this connection. And they know that they still have some stuff they have to work through on themselves that is kind of keeping them restricted, or has been keeping them restricted in their own kind of mental prison. They haven't really been communicating this a lot to you at all. And it's been very, very, very painful for them as well. But they know that there'll be more pain in an ending between you and them that they want to prevent, and they do want to stabilize this connection. So that's their intentions I don't see for a lot of you that they're going to tell you this, but they're going to just make it in that offer, because we saw the Page of Pentacles twice, that they're just going to make that offer. So we will pull a love card here. And the love card is going to speak about what your person likes about this connection, maybe a physical attribute about you that they're drawn to, or just this connection. And then we'll pull some messages from your person as well. So we got your body. Look at these cards, and this came out in pile number 1. So they like your body, or they maybe dream of what your body would be like if you guys haven't been intimate together, but they are physically drawn to your body. Maybe they just like the way your body feels with them. Maybe they feel safe with your body. Oh, safe. Just as I was saying it, it's coming out. So yeah, I just felt like they felt like your body's like home. Maybe they want to hug you, they want to hold you, they feel safe with you. That's kind of what they really like about this connection with you. I wasn't really getting that this person was all so much that physical, but just they like the warmth. So you have age factor. So for some of you guys, I guess there is an age gap. Maybe this is like, you know, a deal breaker or something that they don't like about this connection. But what I am getting is maybe that they feel very immature around you, even though maybe they're not quite a physical age gap between the two of you guys. I just feel like you're maybe way too mature and set, and that they're kind of young in their ways, or maybe vice versa, that they might feel a little mature and that you're a little immature. But I'm feeling it's the other way, flip-flop right now, that they feel just maybe they're not as put together, and that it's making them feel younger than you, or that they're more immature than you, and that makes them feel very uncomfortable because they want to be able to be at your level. So religion might be a factor here as well. I mean, religion really can also be just an upbringing or a belief system that your person has, that maybe you have different belief systems, that maybe they have different values that they were brought up by, and the fact that you might have different ones might be a challenge, especially if they want to introduce you to their family, you know, or maybe there's something about your connection that the family might not approve of. Maybe the age, maybe one of you guys has been married or is married, or has a past that might conflict with their values of them or their family, or how they'll see you. Or maybe this is like, you know, a male-male, female-female, or just a non-traditional relationship that may contradict the religious beliefs within the family, or their circle of people who they call family might be something that is coming up. So we're going to pull some messages from your person, what they want to tell you. So Spirit, can we get some messages from pile number 2's person, what they would tell pile number 2, if they could tell them anything from their either their higher self or from their 3D self? What do they want to tell pile number 2 right now? What are their intentions? What do they want to tell pile number 2 right now, if they could tell them anything? Spirit, thank you. So we have, I am scared of rejection. So now I feel like they're opening up. Maybe they've had this awakening. They want to offer you this, you know, Page of Pentacles. I think they're scared of how you might react, and you might reject them. But they're intending on doing it anyway, or at least that's, you know, that's their intentions. But they are scared that you might not accept them. I'm starting to understand our connection. So yeah, that's exactly what I said. They've had the awakening. They understand what the purpose is. They're not trying to fight it. They're more awakened to what it means to them and what this connection is about. And for a lot of you guys, and again, picking up, it is twin flame / you know, this divinely guided connection. So it is very deep and intense. So I do not blame, you know, them for maybe not understanding, or the intensity of this connection being too strong for them to even understand what it's about. Every song reminds me of you. This card comes out again. I always pull that card out. And I have like all these cards. That card just keeps coming out. Anyway, that's really cute. So I do see them kind of ruminating over you, listening to music, thinking of you, thinking of the connection, maybe thinking of ways they've handled or, you know, things they probably want to say to you that they haven't said to you. I'll message you soon. Okay, so that was something that was a little unclear to me, was are they going to, you know, that was their intention and they had intended on moving forward with this offering, but will they tell you? I mean, they're going to message you soon, so maybe with this offering, you know, I just feel like they're still going to be a little guarded as far as letting their feelings fully out, but their intentions are to make you an offering that they're now awakened to this connection and that they will be messaging you soon. So I don't feel like you guys need to really do anything at this point. If you are inclined to do so, again, that's up to you. Don't let these talking hands talk you into anything one way or another. But we will pull a music card, my favorite, for sure, and see if there are any sort of messages in the lyrics for you about this connection. We have Counting Stars, One Republic. So maybe take a listen to this song and see if there's any messages there for you, about you or your person. Maybe it will just provide some clarity as to how you feel. But this is all I have, you guys, for pile number 2. I am so grateful for you for allowing me to read your energy, and to Spirit for allowing us these messages. If you feel so inclined, please take a listen to any of the other piles if you think there's a message in there for you. But I thank you so much. Like this video if you haven't done so already, or subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Love and light. See you soon. Hello, pile number 3. If you pick the Modern Witch Tarot deck, this will be your reading. I am Prairie Vintage Jewelry. I also go by Fancy for a Glass. I've changed my name to Prairie Vintage Jewelry for YouTube to make things simple. If you are so inclined, you could visit my website at prairievintagejewelry.com. We will be taking a look at your person's energy and taking a look at their intentions for this connection, and any sort of messages that they have or want to tell you from their higher self or their 3D self, any realizations they may have had about this connection. Before we get into the brief tarot and the oracle, we will pull some keywords here just to get an idea of whether this is about you or your person. If you are picking up your own energies, you might want to stick around and see if this rings true for you, or jump to another pile if you're looking for your person. So we have deep voice. This came out in pile number 1, but maybe one or one of you guys has a deep voice, or there may be a conversation you had regarding a deep voice, or something to do with someone's voice might be significant in this connection. We have black car, so maybe somebody drives a black car, wants a black car, has owned a black car, maybe you or your person has. We have here opinionated, so maybe your person is opinionated or has opinions on matters that might be controversial, or maybe you guys have had arguments about opinions or have expressed your opinions. One more card, Spirit. So we'll take the top. Actually, well, we've got 3 here, so we might as well pull these 3 and see what they have to say. So we have funny. So either you're funny, make your person laugh, or you find your person funny. Purple. Somebody likes the color purple. Maybe something significant about purple. And then kisses. So you maybe like to kiss your person. Maybe they say kisses to you. But kisses are something that is coming up as a keyword. So I know those are very kind of more random keywords, but if those don't ring a bell, we will get into past, present, and future energies for this connection. And if these sound like your connection, then feel free to stick around for the oracles, and we'll get into the tarot as well. So we have the Magician for past, Wheel of Fortune for present, and then the 10 of Pentacles in reverse for future. So I'm feeling for this connection that either you or your person have manifested each other. So you guys were either trying to find someone to be with in a connection, either consciously or subconsciously, but we're putting out there to the universe that you wanted to find someone like your person, either through their traits or offering you something that this person offers you. And it might have not have been something that you realized that you were either doing actively or have done this in the past that you might have forgotten about, but that you manifested and kind of let it be. And now universe is kind of delivering on this this wish. And because this is the Wheel of Fortune, I'm feeling as though this may also be a divinely guided and divinely timed connection that was supposed to happen when it's happening. And that you kind of just met at a very coincidental but serendipitous type way. That a whole series of stuff had to happen in order for you to meet this person, just exactly like so. And that looking back, maybe you'd be like, oh, like all these things kind of have to align in order for me to meet this person the way that I did. But I do feel like it's a by chance meeting, but that it was fully manifested by you or your person. Now, we do have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse for future. So I do feel like either you or your person, I'm going to say your person because this is your person's intentions. And maybe if you're feeling this, this could be about your energy. You might want to go to another pile, but that there is some family, I say drama, but maybe some stuff within family situations that need to be resolved. Some deep family, it could even be family traumas or family situations or circumstances that need to be overcome that are kind of maybe preventing this connection from taking the next step, that there's trouble, maybe aligning even two families together or beliefs in how you want to move forward with stabilizing long-term potential within the connection, and your person's beliefs of maybe they're a little bit either very short-term or they have different beliefs in how this connection should go long-term. But I am feeling like long-term, solid family potential might not be there, or that there is a situation with family structure right now that one of you guys is focusing on that's maybe getting in between the connection. So that's what I'm picking up for this connection. If it sounds like your connection, we will pull the oracles to see what your person's intentions are. So we have the Ring. We have the Hedonist. Light attributes, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. The Shadow attributes is pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. Comfort. Polar Bear. Stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. Cobra. So this card got two of these past life cards. We got angels and we also got trees. Unfinished symphony. So I am picking up kind of a controlling energy from your person, or at least I'm picking up the Four of Pentacles, which is hanging on to something because of a feeling of lack rather than allowing things to kind of happen, but coming from a place of lack to hang on to something and not let it go. Again, if this is your energy that I'm speaking about, I will speak about this being your person, but I am sensing that your person is hanging on, not wanting to let go. I never noticed this looks like little sunflowers in the background there, but that's kind of cool. So it's almost like despite everything new that you're experiencing with this person, they're kind of hanging on to maybe past things that were said, past situations, the way you guys were in the past, and just also picking up like a hanging on to past stuff regardless of what's going on around them. But I'm picking up that there might be kind of a careless or selfish, reckless way of this person that kind of makes them just do what they want to do, regardless of how you're feeling in the connection. And even regardless of maybe their health, like maybe they party a lot, maybe there's some addictions they need to look at, maybe they find comfort in these reckless behaviors and addictions, and you're kind of maybe also one of their codependent behaviors, despite of maybe it hurting you how this person's acting or their behaviors. They feel a sense of comfort with that you've brought into their world since they've met you. I just feel like this is a connection with a history, that there is some long history, but that your person's hanging on to either a point in time in this connection that is making them feel like they're very comfortable with you and they don't want to let go of it. Maybe there's something that happened between you guys that this person needs to communicate in order for them to get over. Because I feel like they're stuck or replaying in a loop something that's happened in this connection in the past. Or maybe for some of you guys, it's happened to them in a connection that they don't want to happen within this connection that's replaying, that they're hanging on to and not wanting to open up to anything new with you in this connection because they feel like it may trigger something that's happened to them in the past that they need some closure on. So if this isn't an old connection, then maybe it's an older connection they had that they're kind of coming into this connection with, but that they need closure in order for them to move forward with this relationship with you. Because we have the polar bear, which speaks of purity, is really a place of innocence, a place of speaking your truth and standing up for yourself, and just regardless of where the things fall. I feel like your person is really aware and drawn to that fact about you. I think this polar bear speaks more of you than it does your person, and that the more carefree that you are, the more that they're hanging on to and maybe trying to control or manipulate the situation in a way that keeps you where they want you to be for them. They can get quite vicious and lash out if they feel as though you're pulling away from them. I do feel as though they're kind of in a place right now where they're not even listening to their higher intuition. Maybe they have spirit guides or their past ancestors that are trying to give them messages to help them to kind of heal from the past. And I feel as though they're carrying a lot of past ancestral traumas as well with them that they need to break the cycle from. That's not just in their current life. I'm also getting that for them, a place of healing is to be in nature. So you might find that they like to be with themselves a lot, either walking or going on hikes. Just being kind of alone with nature is really helpful to them, where they can clear their minds and maybe connect with their ancestral beings and their angels and their spirit guides. I just feel like this person is really coiled up right now and not wanting to look at the situation where it is until they resolve and have closure on this past connection. But they find that being with you and talking to you and having your connection is bringing them some comfort in some weird way, even though it might scare them because they think it may trigger this past experience that they've had either with you or with someone else that might cause them an unpleasant experience that they're not wanting to experience right now. And I also feel like your person's being a little bit selfish because they're really thinking, you know, they need healing, but they're mostly thinking of themselves to do this at whatever cost, even if it means keeping you kind of yo-yoing or is painful to you. It's also painful for them as well. So they're not trying to do it to cause you pain, but it's like they're just wanting to hang on to you for this comfort and kind of fight through this part of themselves that I don't even think they're aware they are doing. Okay, so if this sounds like your connection or your person, their intentions really is just to hang on to this connection, you know, at whatever cost is what I'm seeing. But this was the Modern Witch Tarot that you guys picked. So I will do a tarot reading now to get their intentions of the connections of spirit. Can we get pile number 3's intention, pile number 3's person's intentions on this connection clearly and concisely? And we appreciate you so much giving us a concise message here. We are so grateful. And pile number 3, I am so grateful that you allow me to read your energy of you and your person. So we will cut the deck. Spirit, can we get a concise message for pile number 3's person and their intentions in this connection at this time? So the 5 of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. We need 3 more cards, Spirit. Page of Wands in reverse. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Now the 10 of Pentacles is upright, so we did see that in the reverse position in the present or the future energies. So we do have the 10 of Swords upright. Of the 2 of Wands in reverse. We have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 more cards, Spirit, for the intentions for pile number 3's person. We have the 2 of Swords upright. And we have the 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay. So the 5 of Cups speaks of regret. And certainly a person's feeling regretful of maybe things that they have said or done in this connection that has made them kind of regret the way they've might have treated you or looked at this connection in the past that they're thinking about and reflecting on. The Queen of Cups in reverse also can speak to someone who's emotionally imbalanced or really like feeling highs and lows of emotion. They're kind of not really in control of their emotions right now. So I feel this person's pretty volatile. With the Page of Wands being in reverse, they're kind of not wanting to, you know, maybe communicate at this point in time or initiate or drive forward with anything regarding their feelings with this connection because they're feeling as though they're still sorting out their emotions. And in the meantime, they can be quite cold or maybe even say things that they regret if you push them too much, especially when it comes to maybe how, you know, stabilizing or the future potential of this connection. If you start to maybe, you know, try getting somewhere with them on clarity as to the future potential, this will get their back up and maybe say some things that they don't mean. I feel like right now that they are feeling really, really down and out. Like this 10 of Swords is just like you know, very horrible pain. It could speak to an ending. I feel like they just feel like they don't even want to try right now because they're so down and out on themselves that they'd rather just, you know, be in their own mind, contemplate what's going on within themselves and do nothing at this point. Because the Two of Wands can really speak of also making an option. It can also speak of distance, you know, long distance within a connection. But the fact that it's reversed is just this not wanting to maybe take a look at the potential of this connection. Cut a lot of corners with the Three of Pentacles in reverse. It's like haphazardly, maybe like not putting enough effort and energy, and just kind of, you know, if you contact them, they'll talk to you, but if you push them, they'll be kind of cold and maybe not given to how they're feeling. They feel like they're at an impasse right now. The Two of Swords can speak of having to make a decision and just, you know, being at an impasse, burying your head in the sand, not wanting. I'm also getting that from this card, that they're just kind of burying their head in the sand, feeling the pain, not wanting to really make a decision one way or another. They'd rather just status quo. But we do have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So, I mean, the Eight of Swords speaks of self-imposed restrictions or beliefs that keep you kind of stuck in your own mental prison. The fact that it's reversed, it can really mean that they're really in the thick of it right now, or that they're having an understanding that if they do move forward with the future abundance or potential within this connection, that they would have to untie themselves from their past beliefs and their restriction. I'm just also getting that this person likes to be victim for a bit. I mean, it is painful, so liking to be victim is maybe not the right word, but that they would prefer to be the victim at this point in time because it's easier for them to process their feelings. I feel like they're still kind of trying to make sense of their emotions, and that they can't even think of future state. So if you try to engage with that, it's not quite where they're at right now, so they could get quite, you know, if I could say bitchy, or just maybe say things they don't mean, maybe get cold. But they're not looking to push things forward, and their intentions are just to focus on their pain right now. They don't really want to, I don't really see a game plan of what they're going to do or what they want to do about it, and just more they're just kind of sensing that it's there, and that in the meantime in the connection they'll just kind of go with the flow but not put in effort, and just haphazardly kind of cut corners and until they understand their emotions a little bit better. So I do feel like, yeah, this is a person who still needs to really sort through their self, you know, before they even understand what's going on in this connection. So we're going to pick some, and we'll do this first, which is some love cards. So it's what they love about you or this connection, or like most about you or this connection. So it could be physical attribute or about this connection in general. So we got two cards here. We'll pull one. So we got relax. So they like, can mention something about you, kind of gives them comfort. They feel relaxed in your presence. You relax them. You help give them maybe that therapy that they need. So they do like that about this connection, and that's probably why, you know, because you're asking, well, why are they're feeling the way they're feeling? Why am I here? It's really giving them that ability to push through this hard time in their life. They feel like you really relax them and give them that safe place for them to feel. They like that you guys have the same taste, so you guys probably have a lot of stuff in common. You guys are probably really good friends. Maybe you guys have the same people in common, or like the same stuff. Maybe your values are similar when it comes to, you know, how you guys see things. But they do like that about you, for sure. Now we're taking a look at maybe what they don't like about this connection, or what they don't like about you per se. If they were to pick something that's negative about you or this connection. So we have H factor here. We got this with pile number 3. Sorry, this is pile number 3. We got this with pile number 2. So I think the H factor can either really mean an H factor here between you two guys physically, or just maybe they feel as though they might be immature in this connection, or that you're more mature than them, or vice versa, that there's a gap. Maybe what I'm feeling in this one too is that maybe you're more experienced in relationships or connections than they are, and they're not quite sure how to be in this connection. So there's a obvious gap in their, you know, the way they handle their emotions, and it could look like an age gap, just because this maturity level might not be there for them as it is for you. And then we have your different values. So this is kind of contradicting, maybe, you know, where it said you guys had the same taste. So maybe taste might be more physical, whereas values, I think this comes up really with this deeper, let's see if it was you guys, this deeper belief. So we have angels here, which speaks of ancestors and, you know, past healing from ancestors. I just feel like different values could mean something that's really deep rooted in how they intended on maybe living their life based on maybe what their family has wanted them to do, or what they felt their family had, you know, set out for them to do. And these different values might be conflicting to them to want to be able to open up to you. Now just take what resonates, guys, if that's not something that's coming up in your connection. So we will get some messages from your person. So Spirit, can we get some messages for pile number 3 from their person regarding their person's intentions, what they want to tell pile number 3? If they were to tell them anything, what could they tell them? Thank you, Spirit. Please give us 6 messages from this pile for pile number 3 from their person. Just got 4 more. I'm feeling this one here. And 2 more, Spirit. So we will pull this one. I will pull this one. We might as well pull an extra one. All right, so we have, you were so amazing to me. So I think they do realize that you've been very patient with them, as they've been maybe a little bit more selfish and not as, like we mentioned at the beginning, right? Because we got that you are a comfort to them, but we did see here what I was getting from this hedonist. Like, they're just kind of doing their own thing regardless of what, you know, might be hurtful to other people, but you've been just kind of there supporting them in this period of time. I feel high when I'm with you, so they do feel a sense of, you know, comfort, but they also feel thrilled when they're with you. It makes them feel like they're able to move forward with these challenges that they're experiencing and maybe forget about them. So it might be wise, I mean, if you were to maybe give them some time to, they might not like this so much, but give them time to really realize and deal with some of these issues, because you're kind of maybe distracting them, and they like that they can distract themselves with you. Please trust me. So even though they're acting in this way, you know, they do want you to trust them, that their feelings are true for you, even though maybe their actions are not supported of how they're treating you, but they want you to trust them. I do feel there is a sense of love here, deep love, that they do care for you. It's just they're in a lot of pain. They got to sort and heal themselves first. And so unfortunately, you know, you're experiencing the pain of being around them while they're healing and working on themselves. So I don't want to argue. So yeah, I feel like this person's just kind of down and out. I don't even think they have energy to argue anything with you at this point. They don't really have a lot of energy. I want to hold your hand through this. So yeah, they do feel comfort. They want you kind of beside them as they kind of work through this healing part of themselves. can I cook a dinner for you? So I feel like this person, you know, does want to maybe show you in different ways what you mean to them, that you are so amazing, and to trust them. So maybe they are trying to show you in different ways that might not be talking about, you know, future commitment or what the future holds for you guys, but taking a day at a time, maybe doing things for you to show you this, how they feel. Also, I feel this is a distraction for them to be able to get through some of this. I spend my whole day daydreaming about you. So yeah, I feel like your person is finding it easier to maybe stay in the daydream and fantasize rather than dealing with the situation at hand that they need to heal, or this connection and what they need to do to take it to the next level. It's just easier to stay in the daydream and think about or wish about how they wish things would be different rather than just focusing right now. I think your person definitely needs some healing and some time to focus on self. So we will pull some music cards for your person and your connection. And you can take a listen to these songs. If you feel so inclined, there might be further messages in the lyrics for you. It may trigger something for you. So we do have Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. So beautiful song. Take a listen to that and see if there is any connection to you and the song and your person and your connection. All right, pile number 3. I am so blessed that you allow me to tap into your energies of you and your person today. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can like this video, you can leave a comment, and if you felt drawn to any of the other piles, feel free to join us there as well. And thank you so much. Love and light to you guys. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Hello, my beautiful people of pile number 4. If you picked the Wandering Star Tarot, this is your pile. So before we get into the past, present, and future tarot and the oracles, we will be pulling some keywords for your person. And in this reading, we will be taking a look at your person's intentions in this connection, how they're feeling about you, any sort of messages that they want to tell you. We're really taking a look at their intentions and some energy that they might be feeling right now. We might be picking up on your energy as well. So if we do, you might want to bounce to another pile or take a listen to solidify maybe some of your intuition and how you're feeling in this connection, maybe provide some clarity. But we'll pull some keywords. So we got sweets. That's so sweet. Either your person likes sweets, they like to call you sweets. I see someone with a sweet tooth perhaps in this connection. Pull some more keywords so that you can either rule in this pile or not. So we have vegetarian, so maybe someone in this connection is a vegetarian, or someone's thinking about being a vegetarian, or maybe they have the same views about vegetarians, or maybe they just like veggies as a whole. Maybe they have a garden, a lot of vegetables. We have friends, so you guys potentially started off as friends or are friends right now, or on friends term, or maybe someone wants to take it out of the friend zone. Maybe someone's been friend zoned. Maybe you guys met through mutual friends or go out as friends, have same friends in common. Then we have fitness. This came out in pile number 1. So maybe there is, you know, a healthy person here that likes sweets, but definitely is into fitness. Maybe goes to the gym, likes the gym, maybe likes to jog or run or keep fit, or has a very good physique. Is into fitness, into vegetables and being healthy, getting into shape. Maybe they're on a weight loss program or something to do with fitness. But if that sounds like keywords in your connection, then we will pull the past, present, and future energies within this connection. So I am seeing the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Wands upright, and then we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So I do feel like for a lot of you guys that this is a romantic connection that started off peacefully. It started off as a normal, And when I say normal, a connection that was give and take within a partnership, within two. At least it was discussed, and this was kind of what, you know, what has happened in the past, or how this connection kind of started. But now I feel like the connection has taken a little bit of a heavy, overloaded feeling. Just there's been a lot kind of thrown at this connection that is kind of overburdening both of you guys, or one or the other. Someone feels overloaded and really kind of stressed out, and just feels like there's a lot of demands being in this connection, and they kind of feel overwhelmed by this connection currently. And maybe one person is picking up all of the slack where the other one isn't inputting, or maybe one of you guys felt as though your understanding of what the connection was, that it was supposed to be a give and takes, now turned into one person maybe giving more in this connection and carrying the heavy lifting when it comes to making arrangements, time to see each other, and that sort of thing. Now, the Page of Swords usually speaks of maybe some cruel communication. Maybe some hurt words were said, or because this is in future, I do see that maybe it's time this person who is feeling overloaded is going to speak up and communicate this, if you haven't done so already, because energy is, you know, forever in flux. So maybe this has happened for a lot of you, will still happen, but I feel like it's really you, not really your person, that feels overloaded within this connection, that you're kind of giving maybe too much or carrying too much in this connection. If this is your person, I will say your person because we are picking intentions of your person, but we might be picking up on your energies. You might want to go check out another pile to see if your person's in there. But your person in this reading is feeling so overloaded with maybe the connection itself, and maybe it's their perception and that it hasn't been overloaded you know, one way or another, but that they feel like they've been emotionally maybe giving so much that they're gonna want to communicate this to you and just express how they are feeling about this. But it may cause maybe a little bit of some turmoil in the connection, this, you know, truth that is painful to hear for the other party, how they're actually, you know, feeling overloaded instead of maybe how they think they should be feeling, or maybe that they thought that they would just like being in a connection, but that being in a connection is too overburdensome for them right now, that they're not really wanting to put in as much effort and commitment and move forward with this. So they want to communicate, or will communicate this, and maybe for some of you guys they've pulled away because they're preparing themselves to communicate that they feel a little bit overwhelmed in this connection. But I do see that it started off in one expectation, and maybe both of you guys had two different expectations about how it was supposed to be a partnership or harmony, or what harmony looked like in the connection, and then it turned out to be a different reality. But I do see communication coming, you know, abrupt communication coming on this. So if that sounds like your connection, we will get into the oracle cards, your person's intentions. So we do have the Bardo. We have the Messiah, light attribute, serving humanity with humility. Shadow attribute, exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. We got rest. We've got unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. We got the black egg. We got knighthood. And we got higher power. So right now I'm feeling for your person. It's like they're preparing themselves to go into battle or to say something. So that same overloaded feeling about the connection, like they're building up their courage in order to let everything out. They're taking a rest period in order to face whatever communications that they want to communicate, or the truth. They want to crack out of their shell and be able to speak their higher truth of what they've been feeling within this connection that's they feel is coming from their higher power or from self, about what it is that they want. I feel like up until now, this person's been just kind of doing the actions within the connection, what they thought was right, or what they were told a connection or relationship would be like, or should be like, or would feel like. But then they're quickly realizing that maybe this is not their cause, or what they wanted to be in, or what they thought it would be like. So they want to break open and follow what it is that they want. But right now, your person might have gone completely silent, and they're kind of just honing in before they could really break out. I feel like with this knighthood, he's wearing a mask, a shield over, or sword over his face, the shield. Like your person's really guarded right now and in a period of defensiveness, but ready to eventually break out. So I feel they're at rest, but they're ready to eventually move forward with what it is that their maybe higher power is communicating to them, what it is that they truly want, what it is that they want to go for. And I just feel like right now, the connection and how it is not really what they want. So their intention is to communicate this to you. This unicorn kind of speaks to this uniqueness or this potential within this person's ability to maybe not be confined within a connection or a relationship and want to break out and kind of do what their higher calling is telling them to do. I feel for a lot of them that they're kind of, their image of what they thought the connection should be or what they should be in this is not at all how they feel or what they want it to be. So they might be looking at this from kind of a black and white perspective, that they got to be released or out of the connection in order to do what it is that's their high calling, rather than let this connection kind of flow and be what it is. So for some of them, I do sense that they might be just setting their boundaries of what they expect in this connection, but not necessarily break out of the connection. But that once they feel comfortable enough to break out of the rest period and move forward, to communicate that they want to come out of this, this black egg, which is really doing what it is that's confined to how they're mentally thinking that they should be, or stay within this confined space of how they should act and do within this connection, and really to just kind of do what makes them happiest. So if this sounds like your connection, we will be pulling some tarot to take a look at your person's intentions. So guys, just take what resonates. If this doesn't sound like your person, then, and it sounds more like you can certainly take a listen. But again, this is coming from their perspective, their intentions. So you might not even be aware of some of this, or maybe intuitively you might be picking up some of this, but just take the messages that resonate. So Spirit, can we get pile number 4's person's intentions in this connection, please? And thank you. Pile number 4, thank you so much for allowing me into your energy and picking up on your person's energy. And Spirit, we are so grateful for concise messaging today for pile number 4 and their person and the energy in this connection. Flip these. So we got the 9 of Swords upright. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse. We got the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. 2 more cards here. We got the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 1 more card. Here we got Judgment. And we got the 5 of Swords in reverse under the 9 of Swords upright. We've got Temperance in reverse. 3 more cards, Spirit. So we got the 2 of Wands, which fell sideways. I feel like it wants to sit upright. So we got the 2 of Wands. Can we get a card for the 9 of Pentacles in reverse here? We got the 7 of Swords in reverse. And 1 more card, Spirit. So we do have the World in reverse. Okay. So I'm picking up for this person that they're clearly not in the best of mind space right now, just within this connection. That there has been a lot of anxiety about this connection. And that they've been kind of tossing the idea around about communicating maybe some of these truths with how they've been feeling, and that they've been trying to allow themselves kind of to go with the flow, but that it's been very difficult because it's not the truth of how they've been feeling. The 9 of Pentacles in reverse, I think can really speak of an independent, accomplished individual, but because they're in reverse, I just feel like this person feels maybe like their independence has been taken from them, or not quite where it needs to be for them to feel. So they're having sleepless nights, they're feeling a lot of anxiety and just stress about maybe even having this communication with you about how they're truly feeling, and that they've had this awakening or this realization, this acceptance that they don't want to continue feeling this way. I also see a lot of guilt here, so maybe there was something that they did. You know, the 5 of Swords, it's like conflict, upheaval. You know, it's like the tricky dick card. They could just certainly have pulled something. Same with the 7 of Swords. Honest, dishonesty, theft, tricky dick card, I call them, because they're really just saying the same types of things, either intensely, that they really regret maybe how they've not shown up in this connection or have been honest. So they're really taking this to heart, that maybe they've said one thing but their actions are showing another, or that they're really letting it get to them, that they want to communicate that the connection isn't kind of in the state that they want it to go in, and they don't know how to quite communicate it. So it might not be, I'm not picking up for a lot of you guys that this is something they've done that you're not aware of, that it's something they've done that you are aware of, whether they let you down, they've done something that's kind of compromised this connection, and now they're feeling guilt about it. But for some of you guys, I'm picking up that the guilt is because they feel they've been dishonest by not communicating, that they were feeling like this connection wasn't quite what it was that they had wanted, and that they were just kind of in it. The Temperance in reverse can speak of an imbalance as well, that they're finding it hard to balance this connection with, you know, their independence of who they want and what they expect in a connection or a relationship. So they're feeling like maybe they want their independence outside of this connection. And the Temperance can speak of healing, but because it's reversed, that maybe they feel as though they need to do some more healing, or to give themselves some more time and some more, you know, some more balance within this connection. The 2 of Wands can speak of distance, but also speak of future potential partnership, or an option or decision that needs to be made. So I do feel like they feel torn, that if they end the connection and make this decision, then it could be the end of, you know, them, that they know that they might be risking you and the future potential with them. So it's been difficult for them to want to maybe communicate this harsh truth. So the Knight of Swords really speaks of coming in there and communicating, you know, how it is, how they feel, with, it's not really talking about feelings, but really just verbalizing, I guess, what their thoughts are, and maybe how they've been feeling, but really just in a dry manner, and not really giving an emotional connection to their feeling. I don't see a whole lot of cups, aside from the cups that the Temperance is holding. So I don't even feel like this person's been in touch with their feelings about you so much, that they're kind of detached from their feelings right now, and that this may be why. Maybe they're not feeling what they thought they'd be feeling. We did open up with the Two of Cups, so I think that was more of a what they expected to be feeling, and maybe the feelings aren't there or gone, and that no matter how much they try to, you know, concoct different types of plans or healing or moderation in this connection, it just never seems to come. So maybe for some of you guys, there is no feelings there that they were expecting or anticipating to feel for you, and it's kind of just gone. And maybe it was there for a bit and now it's gone. Yeah, I'm sensing for some of you guys that this is the guilt that they're feeling, that they should have feelings for you, different feelings, and it's gone. I feel like this person's a lot in their head, that maybe they're so focused on they should be feeling this way by now and should be feeling that and this, that they feel like they want out because they're not feeling what they think that they need to be feeling. The World in reverse definitely speaks, you know, if it was upright, it'd be like the closure, the complete cycle, success, completion. But because it's upright, there's definitely closure to be had, that it's not quite over, that this person's realizing that there's more to the situation that needs to be discovered. But also Spirit saying that there is more in this connection to be had, or closure to be had. But their intentions is definitely to find a way to communicate, you know, how they've been feeling, without getting into their feelings, but just how they've been feeling this way. They might not even mention their guilt, but just the conversation would be something like, I want more independence, or I need to find some time to just kind of break out of this connection for a bit because I'm not quite where I thought I needed to be in this. And, you know, and that might be enough for them to communicate, but really doesn't get to the crux of the matter. The Four of Pentacles, you know, can speak of hanging on really tightly to stability, but because it's upside down, it's like just rocky. It's like a rocky foundation, a rocky connection as a whole. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling for pile number 4's person's intentions here. So we will get some messages from your person. Now, take what resonates. If this did not sound like your connection, you might want to go take a listen to any of the other piles, but we will pull some messages from your person's higher self or their 3D self. So Spirit, what does pile number 4's person want to tell them about how they might be feeling or their intentions? Spirit, can we get some messages for pile number 4 from their person, for their current energies about this connection? Okay. So we will pull 6 of these. Need 4 more. Spirit, can we get some messages from pile number 4's person? And we'll get 2 more. Spirit, can we get some concise messages from pile number 4's person? What do they want to tell pile number 4 right now, if they were to tell them anything? Okay, so we have, I get very jealous. So yeah, I feel for some of them, even though they're not quite at the point where they're having the feels in this connection or where they need to be, they'd be jealous if you moved on. So they're probably hanging on. I'm not quite sure. I think maybe that's what's keeping them still in there, is if you moved on, they might feel like they'd be jealous. I can look into your eyes forever. So there is definitely still some unspoken vibes they feel with you. They like looking into your eyes. I can't get this silly grin off my face, so could very well be for some of them that they might be feeling that feeling of guilt for maybe something they've done in the past, but feeling like they shouldn't be happy but they are happy about what they've done in the past that's causing them a happiness, that they feeling guilty about communicating to you. Again, if you don't know about this, then I doubt it's something that's devious going on, but maybe your person is looking at another person, could be third party. But if you're not aware of this, then I don't think that applies, but it could very well be what your person's feeling guilty about, that they enjoyed that this might have made them realize that they might not be wanting to commit into this connection. Please don't leave me. So they don't want you to leave them. They want to make the decision to go, but they are seeing that they'd get jealous if you move forward. This can certainly be picking up your feeling as well. Maybe you're sensing that they are maybe in a third party connection. You're maybe jealous and you don't want them to leave. I can feel you beside me when we are apart. So there's definitely an unspoken connection here between the two of you guys. And maybe your person hasn't tapped into that full awareness of it yet. And maybe that's what's keeping them kind of still in this connection. I need to tell you something. So yeah, for some of you guys, they may need to tell you or be honest with you about, maybe the details around maybe a third party. But again, I don't think that it necessarily is that. It could just be them telling you that they're not where they thought they needed to be in this connection, and maybe the feelings aren't quite, what they thought it would be. Just like we talked about at the beginning, that it started off one way and that the expectation of how they should feel and what they should be feeling in the connection, they realize is not there. Maybe the feels is not there no more, and they just want to be able to communicate that they want their independence, or maybe they want to listen to their higher self to be their true happiness. Something else might be calling them away for now, but they're not really feeling the connection as they thought that they would be feeling it, essentially, is what I'm picking up for, what they're wanting to communicate at this time. So we will pull a love card. So from here, it really talks about what your person is liking about this connection the most, or what they like about maybe a physical attribute about you, or a characteristic about you specifically that they like the most, or just positive, something positive about the connection that they like. So we got hilarious. So they most likely find that you're hilarious. Maybe you guys laugh a lot together when you guys are around each other, but they do like to keep it light. And maybe because they are feeling these feelings of guilt and deceit, that maybe, laughing helps them to kind of process. So here, destined relationship. So yeah, for some of you guys, I feel like they think that they can come back, which is probably why they're jealous. They can come back to this connection once they've sorted their stuff out, that this is a destined relationship, that they feel like they were destined to meet you maybe, and they've gotten out of this connection what they should have gotten, and now that they, this destined relationship can move forward in however it's meant to move forward, that they don't regret meeting you. Okay, so now we're going to pull 2 hope cards, which is what they like least about this connection, or about maybe your characteristics or something in this connection that's their least favorite. Money issues. So maybe they feel as though there is a money issue holding this connection back. Maybe they feel like you're more accomplished than them. Maybe they feel some envy there. Maybe they feel like you might not quite be where you need to be within your career, or just establish where you need to be, or there's some money issues going on right now in one of your guys's situation in the connection. So history in the relationship. So they might not like something that's happened in the past in the relationships. Like I mentioned, maybe it is between you guys, something had happened and they don't like this, and it's keeping them aware of needing to either heal or forgive themselves for something they've done in the connection, or you need to heal about something they've done in the connection, but it's really something that's happened that's kind of keeping them from moving forward in this connection. And maybe it was around money issue. Maybe somebody took some money, borrowed some money, stole some money, or used some money in a way that was distrusting. But there is history in the relationship, or maybe they have history in another relationship that's coming back to haunt them in this, that they don't want to feel in this relationship, you know, or that you have some history with somebody that's keeping them feeling uneasy about this situation, but they don't like the history of a connection either that's happened to them or to yourself in the past. So we will pull a music card, and this will give you further message either in the lyrics or listening to the song about your person or this connection. So I do feel like there's still some more in this connection to be developed or to see, but right now it's really at the point of them coming forward saying, you know, what they want to do at this point in time in the connection, and maybe it's pull away to have a little bit more independence to figure things out. Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. We got this, I believe, for pile number 3 as well, so that's kind of interesting. You guys got the same song. But yeah, for this connection, I mean, it, you know, it sounds to me like it might be a need for a pause for this person to figure things out. I do sense that, you know, they do have feelings for you, but they're more caught up in the state of what they should have, could have, and what they have done rather than the reality of the present situation. And maybe they're hung up on their guilt and there maybe some deceit that happened that they got to get over. But I do see that there, like we saw with the world reversed, that there is some closure that needs to happen and that this isn't complete. We actually should pull a, and I don't think I pulled this for pile number 2 or 3, but we should pull a card of advice here for you guys before we let you go. Spirit, can we get some guidance for pile number 4 and a card of gratitude for them to focus on in this situation so they can move forward and heal from this? So we have differences. And in this card, just what I get is really embracing, you know, the differences between two truths, that two truths can coexist, but be completely different from each other and still be harmonious to paint a picture of a reality, but not closing it out. So if your person is feeling like maybe their truth is, you know, they're not feeling the connection in a certain way that you are, that it could very well not change the actual fact of the matter within the connection. It's just a state of being that your person might be going through. I do see a ton of butterflies here with the one with the eyes closed. So, and someone with their eyes open looking up in kind of more of a awakening state. So I feel like the person with the eyes closed is going through a transformation of maybe eventually, you know, having that awakening moment, and just kind of needs this state of transition and maybe to turn inwards to realize what it is that they want. And maybe the person with the eyes open might be really focused, like she's focused on an outcome or focused on something that, you know, there's all this stuff going on around them that neither of them can really see or are looking at. She's fixated, looking somewhere else. Her eyes are closed, but, you know, that there are some wonderful things going on around this connection and these two beings in the meantime. So, you know, truths can definitely coexist. And that maybe their truth might be painful to hear, but it doesn't really change the reality of the situation. It just might be a energy feeling that your person's going through at this point in time that you might just need to accept or not, but definitely up to you. So that's all I have here for pile number 4. If you want, you can check out the other piles. Maybe there's more messages in there for you, but I certainly appreciate you joining me today and allowing me to read